The world watched in disbelief as news broke of a shocking incident in the West Philippine Sea. Japan, a nation known for its pacifist constitution, was accused of bombing a Chinese military base. This unprecedented event sent shockwaves through the international community, raising questions about regional stability and the future of great power relations. The incident, if true, marked a significant escalation in the already tense West Philippine Sea dispute. The alleged bombing brought to light the simmering tensions that have long characterized the region. China's growing assertiveness in the West Philippine Sea, coupled with its island-building activities, had already raised concerns among its neighbors and the United States. This incident, however, represented a dramatic escalation, pushing the region closer to the brink of conflict. The world held its breath, waiting to see how China would respond to this alleged act of aggression. Would this be the catalyst for a wider conflict, or would cooler heads prevail? The answers to these questions held profound implications for the future of the Asia-Pacific region and the world. This incident served as a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the ever-present potential for miscalculation in international relations. It underscored the need for clear communication, diplomacy, and a commitment to peaceful resolution of disputes. Reports of the alleged bombing first surfaced on November 30th, sending ripples of shock and disbelief across the globe. The target was a Chinese military base located on Mischief Reef, a disputed territory in the West Philippine Sea. Details remained sketchy, but initial reports suggested that Japan had employed advanced military technology in the alleged attack. The alleged attack reportedly inflicted significant damage on the Chinese base, targeting key infrastructure such as missile launchers and the command center. The incident immediately raised questions about Japan's intentions and capabilities. In the aftermath of the alleged bombing, a war of words erupted between Japan and China. Japan, while not directly confirming its involvement, issued a statement emphasizing its commitment to freedom of navigation in the West Philippine Sea. Tokyo argued that China's militarization of the region posed a direct threat to regional stability and international law. The statement stopped short of claiming responsibility for the attack, but hinted at a possible justification for such action. China, on the other hand, vehemently denied the allegations, calling them baseless and irresponsible. China demanded an apology and threatened unspecified consequences if Japan continued to spread what it called false information. The conflicting narratives fueled speculation and raised tensions in the region. Washington reiterated its commitment to freedom of navigation in the West Philippine Sea and called for all parties to exercise restraint. The EU emphasized the importance of upholding international law and resolving disputes through peaceful means. Russia, on the other hand, adopted a more cautious stance, calling for a thorough investigation before assigning blame. Manila had its own territorial disputes with China in the West Philippine Sea, but also valued its economic and diplomatic ties with Beijing. The Philippine government issued a carefully worded statement expressing concern over the incident and calling for all parties to respect international law. Section 5: Economic and Strategic Fallout, Assessing the Damage. Beyond the immediate diplomatic fallout, the alleged bombing had significant economic and strategic implications. The incident sent shockwaves through global markets, raising concerns about the security of vital shipping lanes in the West Philippine Sea. The cost of insuring ships transiting through the region skyrocketed as maritime insurance companies factored in the heightened risk. Initial estimates suggested that the alleged attack had caused hundreds of millions of dollars in damage to the Chinese military base. Analysts believe that the attack, if true, had significantly degraded China's monitoring and surveillance capabilities in the disputed waters. This potential setback could have far-reaching consequences for China's ability to assert its claims in the region. Moreover, the incident threatened to disrupt the delicate balance of power in the Asia-Pacific region. China's response to the alleged attack, both in terms of rhetoric and action, would be closely watched by regional players and could have long-term consequences for regional stability. Section 6: Technological Prowess, a display of advanced capabilities. The alleged bombing of the Chinese base brought into sharp focus Japan's growing military capabilities. If true, the attack showcased Japan's ability to project power far beyond its borders and challenge China's dominance in the region. Reports suggested that Japan had employed a range of advanced technologies in the operation, including stealth drones, precision-guided munitions, and sophisticated electronic warfare systems. The use of such advanced technology, if confirmed, would indicate a significant leap forward in Japan's military capabilities. It would suggest that Japan, while maintaining a pacifist constitution, had been quietly developing the means to counter China's growing military might. The incident served as a wake-up call for China, highlighting the need to bolster its own defenses and adapt to the evolving security landscape in the region. It also raised questions about the effectiveness of China's much-touted anti-access/area denial, a 2/AD capabilities, which were designed to prevent adversaries from operating freely in the West Philippine Sea. Analysts believed that the attack, if carried out by Japan, would have required extensive intelligence gathering and reconnaissance. Tracking the movements of ships and aircraft, the incident highlighted the importance of intelligence gathering in modern warfare. Human intelligence and traditional espionage techniques remain vital tools in the arsenal of nation-states. The alleged bombing of the Chinese base had profound geopolitical implications, potentially reshaping the strategic landscape of the Asia-Pacific region. It also had the potential to draw the United States further into the fray, as Washington sought to reassure its allies and counter China's growing influence. Section 9. Public outcry and internal pressure, voices from within China. Within China, the alleged bombing triggered a wave of anger and nationalist sentiment. Social media platforms were flooded with messages condemning the alleged attack and calling for a strong response from the Chinese government. Some even accused the government of weakness and incompetence, arguing that it had failed to protect China's sovereignty and territorial integrity. The incident put immense pressure on the Chinese leadership to respond decisively. The Chinese government faced a delicate balancing act. On the one hand, it had to appease domestic public opinion, which demanded a strong response to what was seen as a blatant act of aggression. On the other hand, Beijing had to avoid escalating the situation further and risking a wider conflict with Japan and its allies. The incident highlighted the challenges faced by authoritarian regimes in managing public opinion and nationalist sentiment, particularly in the age of social media.